Most entrepreneurs think that once they start making money, they've won the game. They believe that if they can just hit the next revenue goal, land the next big client, or scale their business, everything is magically going to fall into place and they're going to arrive at this mystical land of being a wealthy entrepreneur. But the truth is, earning money is only the first step. It's one side of the equation. Because here's the reality of being an entrepreneur that no one really talks about. 85% of businesses that start fail. That means only 15% of entrepreneurs even survive long enough to build something sustainable. And these 85% of business owners that fail, it's usually not because they ran out of desire to run their business, it's because they ran out of time. They ran out of liquidity. Now, if you missed the first video that I recorded that talked about the Vault financial strategy and the presentation I did for Russell Brunson's entrepreneurs, click the link below, go back and watch video number 1, because in this video, I'm gonna give you the 3 phases of growing and scaling a business to achieve absolute untouchable wealth. Because the reality of it is, even if you beat those odds, most entrepreneurs never actually escape the grind. They work harder and harder than ever before, pouring their entire life into their business, only to wake up one day and realize that they're still stuck. How many entrepreneurs have you met that have started new businesses every single time you've met them? Or they're riding the cycle of everything's great and everything's falling apart. This is the life that most entrepreneurs live, and the sad reality of it is, it's not just the entrepreneur, it's the customers that rely on the entrepreneur for the products and services that they offer, and most importantly, it's the family that's along for this crazy ride along with the entrepreneur. And that's why Russell Brunson brought me into his community, to show the entrepreneurs inside of his inner circle how to create untouchable wealth by staying focused on the best investment that they actually had, which was their business. There are only 7% of us in all of the working force of America. 7% of the working force are entrepreneurs. My friends, if this is you, you need this video, so let's dive in. So today in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down how entrepreneurs should be considering the conversation or the topic of investing. It's not in stocks, it's not even in real estate, or at least the way you think it is, but the way that actually keeps them in business, that builds wealth and creates cash flow that makes them completely financially free. If you're tired of grinding and want a way to stabilize the wealth that you've actually made in your business, then my friends, this video is for you. Now, if you're unfamiliar with me, my name is Ryan D. Lee, and I help entrepreneurs and business owners all over the country take control over their money and build untouchable wealth, absolute financial freedom that empowers them to show up in their business with a sense of purpose and desire versus a sense of scarcity and urgency. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a good reason to be urgent inside of your business, but that urgency, that motivation that keeps you grinding when you're on the red line, that only lasts for so long. I'm gonna help you cross over from the red line and get into the absolute green and create absolute financial freedom for you and for your family. So here's the brutal truth. Most entrepreneurs are just one financial mistake away from losing everything. I know because I've seen it. I've worked with business owners who spent years building a successful company only to see it collapse because they didn't understand how to manage and invest their money properly. Of course, they focused on making their business successful and profitable and making money, but they never learned how to keep it as an individual, keep it as an entrepreneur, and grow it systematically to create financial freedom. This is what separates the 15% of entrepreneurs who don't just survive, they actually thrive from the 85% who are constantly on the red line until they fail. And the separation point between the 85 and the 15% is really pretty simple. Now, most entrepreneurs believe that the key to financial freedom is just double down, keep on working, and just make more money. That the more money you make, one day you're going to arrive at the mystical land of complete financial freedom. But my friends, this is not true, and if you've been in business for long enough, you know it's not true for you either. The real key is knowing what to do with the money that you've made once you've made it. Because here's what happens. You'll make some money, but then you'll spend it all. You'll be out of money just as fast as it came in. You might spend money on your lifestyle because you feel like you've earned it. You might blindly reinvest it back into your business, which is really just a lazy way of keeping money in your business bank account until it's spent and gone. Or you might chase some shiny object, hoping that that shiny object is gonna make you a big rate of return and somehow free you from your business. So the real journey to financial freedom as an entrepreneur isn't just about building a business, it's about evolving into the kind of person who knows how to create, manage, and sustain wealth. And that evolution happens through 3 stages of business ownership. Phase number 1 is survival mode. It's going from hustler to solopreneur. In the beginning, you're doing whatever it takes to bring money in. You're a hustler. You're working crazy hours. You're grinding every day, wearing every hat in the business. If you push through, you eventually become a solopreneur. You actually have a business model that you can double down on, but you're still by yourself. And this is where the vast majority of entrepreneurs stay completely stuck until they grind themselves out of business. They think they're making progress, but in reality, they're just self-employed with some extra stress. The problem with this stage is they don't have a financial system. There's no strategy for keeping and multiplying the money that they're making. And that's why most businesses fail. Not because they weren't profitable, but because they never learned how to manage cash flow, to store capital, and to reinvest strategically. That's where the Vault financial strategy comes in. Now, again, if you didn't watch video number 1 where I explain how the Vault financial strategy works for entrepreneurs, stop right here and go back and watch the video down in the link below. But instead of letting cash sit in a bank doing nothing, instead of blindly throwing everything into your business, you create structured liquidity that gives you control, flexibility, and the ability to leverage the capital that you've pulled out of your business. This is the first step to real financial power, the ability to keep the money that you're making, protect the money that you've made, and leverage it when your business needs it the most. Now, the next phase is growth mode. This is when the hustler converted into the solopreneur now starts to become a real full-fledged entrepreneur, growing into an actual business owner. At this stage, you start to transition from being inside of the business to actually building something bigger than yourself. As an entrepreneur, you're creating systems and leverage that allow your business to function oftentimes without you. It's the first taste of freedom that you have as an entrepreneur. As a business owner, you start to build a company that runs on its own with a team, processes, and recurring revenue. This is where investing actually becomes critical though, because if you don't have a wealth strategy, here's what happens. You'll keep everything and reinvest everything back into your business, thinking that the more you reinvest, the more money you're going to make down the road, until something unexpected happens and you're left again with nothing. You'll chase random investments like crypto, stocks, or the next big trend without a real plan to create predictable cash flow. My friends, as a business owner, you understand the value of cash flow in your business. It's now time to start to elevate your financial intelligence to understand the power of cash flow in your investment system. And the last, and actually the worst, is you'll burn out because your entire wealth is tied to your business and there's no financial escape route. So what's the solution for an entrepreneur stuck in phase 2 of business growth? Well, you need a financial ecosystem that protects you. Using the overfunded high cash value life insurance, the Vault strategy that I mentioned in the previous video, you can create a reservoir of capital, a reservoir of wealth. And so the objective at this phase of your business is to make as much money as your business is capable of making, but to elevate your levels of compensation. As your business makes more money, you, the entrepreneur, the risk taker, the one who put it all on the line, has to start taking more and more money off the table. Now, with the Vault financial strategy, the best part about this is when you take money off the table, it's not lost to your business. It remains liquid and accessible inside of your vault, and you can leverage your vault to continue to grow your business. And here's the best part. When you leverage your vault and reinvest back into your business, you ask the one question that your business should be capable of answering. I mean, think about this. If you invested into someone else's business, you would be asking yourself, when do I get my money back? But we never ask ourselves that question to our very own businesses. When we leave money in our business bank account, we just let that business bank account gobble that money up, and we never stop to ask ourselves why. Where did it go, and was it actually a profitable investment? Or because we had money in our bank account, did we actually start to get lazy with the money that we had? Don't get lazy. Take money out of your business bank account and put it in the vault. If your business is at a point where it doesn't need any more capital reinvestment, it can start to self-sustain and grow on its own with profitability, then it's now time for you as an entrepreneur to start thinking about and building your very own exit strategy, your alternative sources of income. Phase 3 of your business is the wealth stage. It's when you go from an entrepreneur and a business owner to a leader and a visionary, a true empire builder. The final stage is where true financial freedom happens. You become a leader, someone who isn't just running a business, but leading a movement, mentoring others, and focusing on high-level growth. And ultimately, you start to become a visionary, an empire builder, where your wealth is secured, your time is your own, and your investments generate cash flow without you being actively involved. At this level, your income is no longer tied to your business. In fact, as your business pays you, it just expands your personal empire. You've created a system where your business funds other investments, other cash flowing investments. It generates for you passive income. This, my friends, is complete financial independence. Now, inside of our world, what I was teaching Russell and his entrepreneurs, how the vault can create for you tax-free income, and if you don't have the ability to make enough and save enough in the vault to create the income that you want, how you start to leverage that vault line of credit to acquire passive cash flowing assets, where every dollar that you invest is backed by a tangible piece of real estate, an actual asset that has intrinsic value and pays you a reciprocal passive return, which is ultimately a private pension, a stream of cash flow that you cannot outlive. This is the end game. If you're not ready to take that cash flow, you just reinvest that cash flow into buying up more streams of cash flow until you have multiple streams of income coming in addition to your business income. This, my friends, is complete financial freedom and untouchable wealth, because the best part about this game with the vault and asset-backed real estate, you have assets behind everything you're doing. And when you start consuming or taking income, you're taking just the cash flow, just the interest that these accounts produce, which means you're never actually spending principal. You're creating a dynamic wealth plan that allows you to live rich and finish wealthy. So here's the question: where are you in this journey? Are you in the grinding and the hustler mode? Are you stuck as a solopreneur? Or are you ready to start investing in the way that actually leads to financial freedom? So if you're serious about mastering this, I want you to click on the link below. Down in the comments, I'll share with you the entire system I actually shared with Russell and his community. The financial foundation that keeps you in control, that protects the money that you're making, and the exact exit strategies to build to create cash flow and wealth. Entrepreneurs who win don't just make money, they keep it, they multiply it, and they turn it into freedom. So my friends, drop me a comment down below. Continue to build the businesses that provide the value and solve the problems that the world faces, and create real wealth, real freedom, so you can stay in business and enjoy the journey.